Peyton Hillis has been said to embody Arkansas. The Conway native has continuously defeated the odds.
Touchdown, Arkansas!
Starring as a Razorback in a crowded running back room with Darren McFadden and Felix Jones, and as a 7th-round draft pick, enjoying a successful 7 seasons in the NFL, even gracing the cover of Madden. But in January, with family on a Pensacola beach, on the day after a storm hit the area, Hillis would defeat the odds of survival, putting his life on the line to save his 9-year-old son, Orry, and 8-year-old niece, Camille. On Monday at the Little Rock Touchdown Club, Hillis fought back his emotions to recount the horrifying experience that he says is a miracle to not have taken his or his loved one's life.
We got to the beach, and it was me, my mother, and my sister, and my brother's wife, Emily. I remember building sandcastles with my brother's sons, and Orry and Camille. I guess at one point I didn't see it, but they're about 15, 20 yards out there, and a riptide took them out. There's only one scream that a son or a daughter would know it was when my mom yelled. And she pointed out, and I already knew something was wrong. So I, hit off the beach and hit the water. And the worst feeling of my life was that I had to pass up my son, because my brother's daughter is further out. And I knew that, she's a little younger, that she couldn't take it. And me swimming past my son was the hardest thing that I ever could have done. But at the same time, I guess my sister, she hit the water too, but I didn't see her. And a gentleman came out with a boogie board, and I got to Camille, and she kept saying to me, we're going to die, we're going to die. And I said, honey, you're not going to die. You're not. Man with the boogie board came off, and then we took the boogie board off of him, and I put my sister and Camille on it and pushed them away. And right when that happened, I went back for my son. He was a little bit further back to the beach, and by the time I got to him, he was limp. And you kept on seeing his eyes roll back, and I'm sitting there holding him, and you're just stuck right here in the middle of this water, and you couldn't move. And you hear a lot of people say, this is what you do when you get in a riptide, but when you're holding your 140-pound child and you can't move, and you're just thinking at every second it could be his last. And we were there for a little while. From 8 to 10 minutes, and Todd would come in, and I'd be holding him. He would try to get a breath a little bit, then 11, 12-foot waves would hit. And I guess I didn't know it, but I was just taking in so much water just from the all the adrenaline that was going on. But I'm sitting there holding him, and I look back to the beach, and everything started slowing down. And of course I see my mother, and I see my brother's wife, Emily, on the beach, and I'm sitting there holding him, and I said, well, I'm not going to make it. I said, Yahweh, please save my son. And I don't care what happens after that. But we end up getting out of the riptide, and I'm starting to go to the beach, and my son starts getting a little life back in him, and I push him away, and somebody helped him out of the water, and as I was walking to the beach, I just passed out. And last thing I remember is my girlfriend Angela trying to help me out of the water, from pretty far out, and I kept on falling down and couldn't move, couldn't stand up, and I just kept on taking in more water. But that's the last part that I remember that until I woke up in the hospital 10 or 12 days later. I think that was probably the worst part for me, was because, I mean, I passed out not knowing nothing, not knowing if they made it or not. And it seemed like the whole time I was under for 2 weeks, I was either dreaming about them dying and me not getting to them on a few different occasions. And then when I'm awake, you know, you're on a ventilator, and I don't know why this would happen, but I could hear my girlfriend or my dad talking. And I was thinking to myself, I think I heard a nurse speaking Spanish. I was like, what am I doing in Mexico? And anyway, like, you're coherent when you're awake, and I just hear them talking like, you know, he has to wake up this time, or, you know, he'll probably go in a coma. And after a few times of hearing that, you know, I started freaking out. And my dad, I guess they told him, you know, you play music to help them wake up. Well, he started playing Johnny Cash, Ring of Fire, and I was like, there ain't no doubt I'm in Mexico. I mean, that's what I was just thinking the whole time. But when I woke up, I remember my whole family standing over me, and my mom, she got over me and said, Peyton, everybody made it. And that was the biggest relief I've ever felt, because I know if I'd have lost my niece or my son, that I wouldn't be able to endure it. I wouldn't be here. But also, I know with my brother, he had a stroke a few months before this incident, and I just know if my dad or my brother would have went out, it would not have been well. And how Yahweh made everything work out just perfect for my good, and I'm very thankful for that. When I woke up, I remember myself just crying because I didn't know what to think. I was thinking to myself, I felt guilty for not minding to die, and I felt guilty for living at the same time, and didn't know, kind of lost myself. But I heard the Lord calling out to me. It's like, Peyton, if it's permissible, then it's necessary. And if it's necessary, it's permissible. And all things, all bad things, work out to your good. And I'm trying to look at every life situation where, when you really look at it, you can find the good in all things, even all the bad. And those bad things are the ones that are supposed to make you become perfected and make you be the man that the Lord wants you to be. Months previous to that, I was not in a good spot anyway, but I found out that the Lord loves you no matter what you do.
Millions nationwide shared their thoughts and prayers with Hillis and his family after the incident. Thankfully, he and both his son and his niece have made a full recovery.
It's like nothing ever happened. My son, he's all the best parts of me and none of the worst. And he's a wonderful kid, great kid, and I'm very thankful to have him. He makes me proud. And right now he's playing football, and he's doing halfway decent. I had to tell the truth. But my niece, she's a heck of a softball player. She's probably the best athlete in her family, and she still has all the sass that she did before it happened, so I think she's doing all right.
Many called the Razorbacks great a hero for his actions on January 4th. But as a father, Hillis would say he was just doing what anybody else would.
It's not a hero. I mean, there's so many fathers in this room that would do the same thing. And, they wouldn't think twice. But after all this, I was sitting around thinking how much more love we have to give the fathers in this country. Because I know that my dad did everything he possibly could to make me successful. And, men don't usually get the credit. They just go out there, put their heads down, and work for their family, and they hope the best. And a father's the only person that will be proud if his son is better than he is. So I think we need to start showing fathers a lot more love than what we do. I think they're very important. And so if you have a dad out there, or a mom, just make sure you tell them how much you love them, because any day could be their last.
How about that? Everybody, Peyton Hillis, everybody. Great job, Peyton. Excellent, Peyton. Good job.